Let's talk about credit card 101. What do you need to know about credit card payoff, especially if you are used to minimum payment? If you are used to minimum payment, I want to educate you regarding how much interest you are going to eventually pay back as interest to credit card companies. In fact, I have a little bit of assignment to give you. Go and read about the profit credit card companies make every year. They make money because you don't pay up. So permit me to share with you why you need to pay off your credit card as soon as you can. Do not depend on minimum payment option because it gives you the issue as to the fact that you would be paying a lot of interest back to credit card companies. So, yes, I am able to educate you about credit card management and why you should take it seriously. Okay? So, permit me to say this. Let's say you have a credit card, just one, for example, and you are owing $10,000 on that credit card. And you open your app and it says pay minimum balance of $270. Let's assume you actually are good and you pay back $270 per month. And the interest rate charged is, let's assume, 26.99. That means if you only pay minimum balance, right here, in total, it is going to take you 81 months to pay back, and you would have paid back a total interest of $11,728.38. The total payment you would have made, that is adding your debt, 10,000 plus the total interest that you would have paid for that 6 years, 9 months. Look at how huge the interest is. The interest you have paid is more than the amount you owe. So when you are only excuse me, when you're only paying minimum balance, this is what happens to your hard earned money. You bleed in interest, you pay back interest, and the interest is actually high. Let's assume the interest charged on your credit card is just $19.99. Let us see how long it's going to take for you to complete the payment on your credit card. So here it says it will take you 4 years and 11 months to complete your credit card payment. But guess what? Nobody comes to knock at your door that you are owing on your credit card. But do you see that they have made a total interest from you? You have actually paid them $5,683.57. That is what you have done. And they will be so happy that you are making them rich, right? Because you are paying the minimum payment. Do you know that minimum payment, depending on your province, could be around 2 to 3 or 4% of what you owe on that credit card? So yes, permit me to say the interest you are charged on a credit card could be roughly between 19 to 27%, depending on the credit card you're using currently. So credit card is is one of the loans that charge you the highest interest because it is called, an unsecured loan. So that is why the interest that is charged when you do not pay up on time is actually very high because they expect that you will not pay back. But once you pay it back, then the interest is not going to be charged. Manage your credit card because if you do that, anyway, it helps your credit score to increase. But when you do not actually manage that credit card, companies make money from you. The company that issued you your credit card, they make a lot of money. So permit me to also share this school of thought. Now, there's something that is called Rule of 72. Rule of 72. How does it affect your investment? Rule Rule of 72. It tells you the number of years it will take for your investment to double and the number of years it will take for your debt to double. What is rule of 72? So 72 is the constant number divided by the interest charged. Okay, so 72 divided by 20. Let's assume the interest charged on your credit card is 19.99. 72 divided by 20. Can you see how fast the debt on your credit card is going to double? It is going to double rapidly. So I just want to say this. If you have 100K invested somewhere, but you have $10,000 debt on your credit card, something is not right, because on this your debt, especially if you have owed this 10,000 for more than 21 days, right? The interest, let's even assume it is between 19.99 to 27%. Okay, that is the interest that you are charged. Right? Now, is your investment growing at 2%? Is it growing at 4%, 10%, 15%? At what rate is your investment growing? If your investment is growing by 2%, but you owe $10,000 on your credit card and you are charged 19% interest, something is not right. You should pay off your credit card so that you do not end up paying this ridiculous interest rate. So permit me to advise you, pay off your credit card debt, else you are making them richer while your investment is not even growing at 19, 20, or 27%. But if you are looking for investment options that can offer you double digit growth and you want to work with a licensed financial security advisor, feel free to reach out to me. There are some investment that offer guarantee rate, and there are some that is always going to be volatile, that is always going to fluctuate. So in other words, your credit card management skill will either make you to have more money or make you to continue paying or bleeding out money in terms of interest while other people are enjoying your money, right? So if the interest charged on your credit card debt is 20, right, 70 divided by 20, it means whatever you owe on that credit card is going to double in 3.6 years. That is in 3.5 years. So if you owe $10,000 and you don't pay back, assuming you do not continue using the credit card, right? You owe this $10,000 on your credit card and the interest charge is 20%. 70 divided by 20 gives us 3.6. So this 10,000 is going to double to $20,000 because you have not paid back, right? It's going to double within 3.5 years. So the lesson today is treat your credit card the way you want to be treated. If you use your credit card wisely, fantastic. Then the interest that they are supposed to impose on your credit card debt will not exist because you do not owe. But when you are not taking it seriously, you just think it is nobody comes to drag you and then you can pay just minimum balance. This is what happens to your hard-earned money. So permit me to say, let's say you have like $20,000 debt on your credit card, right? And then the minimum payment is like 540. Guess what? Let's assume the interest rate that is charged on that credit card is 19.99. Guess what? It is going to take you 4 years, 4 years and 11 months to complete the payment. That is what would happen, right? And you don't want that to happen to your money. It's going to take you 4 years and 11 months, almost 5 years to pay it back. Meanwhile, you owe $20,000. By the time you are paying during that period, you would have paid a total interest of $11,367. Right, that is money that should belong to you, but you have decided to give it out free of charge because you did not pay back your credit card debt as soon as possible. So, guess what? You need to understand the fact why you need a credit card. Your credit card is your financial resume in Canada. It describes your money management skill. And because you have a credit card, you automatically have a credit history. Without credit history in Canada, there are some things you will not be able to do. So you need to manage your credit card because you want to build a good credit history, because you want to have a good credit score. Now, permit me to say, if your credit score is below 400, when you want to buy a mortgage, your the interest that is going to be charged on that mortgage is going to be very high, very high. So do yourself a favor. Yes, you need a credit card. You need to manage it. You need to pay off the debt. You also need to understand that the 30% utilization, try as much as possible to respect it. It is not out of the world to owe like 5,000, 10,000 on your credit card, but you have to know the importance of paying it back as soon as possible, not just paying minimum balance. Because when you choose to just pay minimum balance, you are simply going to be paying huge amount of interest back on that credit card debt. So I hope this makes you to understand that your debt repayment, your credit card debt repayment is very, very important. Try and pay back as soon as you can. Do not just pay the minimum payment. I hope this helps you in your day-to-day activities, managing your credit card, and I hope you had value for your time. Let me know if you have questions in the chat. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful lunch. Bye for now.